These are times Cristiano Ronaldo shocked the world. And first up, the time he wanted to offer his jersey. To the rival fans? El Clasico, one of the biggest football rivalries ever. And I swear to you, man, both teams would rather die than let the other win. And in 2017, Santiago Bernabéu was witnessing a tight match with a 2-2 tie on the score. But coming the 90th minute, that's when things got crazy. And how do you celebrate a late winner at your rival's home ground? Talk about a gut punch. But if you think Ronaldo was just going to sit back, dude, come on. Because the next time these two faced off, it was at Camp Nou. And this time, with the game tied 1-1, Ronaldo comes off the bench in the 58th minute and unlocks legend mode. And that's a CR7 masterclass. But he had to wait a year for his chance to get revenge. How about responding to a player in the same game? It's Portugal versus Sweden at the World Cup playoffs, and Portugal were heading into the second leg with a 1-0 advantage. So they defended for their lives, trying to protect their league, and just couldn't take any of the opportunities at the other end. But in the 49th minute, Ronaldo finally showed up. With a chance maybe to seal it, and Portugal were sitting easy, thinking they won it. But on the opposite end of the pitch, there was a man demanding some respect. Zlatan Ibrahimovic decided to take matters into his own hands, or feet. And just like that, Sweden were dreaming again. One more goal and Ronaldo would be watching the World Cup from his bedroom. Hold on. A World Cup without Ronaldo? Not a chance, man. Of course he wasn't having any of it. And after scoring his second, tying the game, time for a showdown. It's a chance for Ronaldo again, hat-trick! That's one way to send your country to the World Cup. Just look at Zlatan's reaction, man. Still, Ronaldo has never won the World Cup. But the Champions League? Not once, not twice, but 5 times! This guy has an obsession for this competition, and you can bet he's going to leave his mark every single time. And one time, he had an entire stadium on its feet, clapping. Champions League, Juventus versus Real Madrid. And after scoring with just 3 minutes in, Ronaldo was already stealing the show. But he wasn't done, because it was time to go down in history. Man, I just drool every time I watch it. I wouldn't attempt that in a friendly, but in a Champions League quarterfinal? Just Ronaldo doing Ronaldo things. Every fan in the stadium got up and gave Ronaldo a standing ovation for that goal. Yeah, from the opposing team. He even chose the club as his next destination because of it. Respect, man. But still, that's not always the case. There are some people who don't show Ronaldo the respect he deserves. So one time, he took things into R-rated territory. Again in the Champions League, Juventus came up against Atletico Madrid. Atletico won the first leg 2-0. And after scoring the second goal, Diego Simeone, he just went off. I'm not sure that's what they mean with Latino spice. And after the game, he even went on to say, "I'll sell watermelon on the streets of Madrid if Juve pulls off a comeback." Dude, you better put your money where your mouth is. Do you know who you're talking to? Yeah, but that just wasn't enough. Ronaldo was pissed, man. So in the second leg, he came out all guns blazing to destroy. 2 goals tied everything. But Ronaldo wanted more. Revenge wasn't enough. It was time to humiliate. And what happened next will haunt Atletico Madrid and Simeone forever. Sheesh! Hope your watermelon business is going well, Diego. You see, Ronaldo really doesn't put up with people who doubt him. And he loves taking the match ball home and helping his team win tight matches. And one time, Ronaldo did just both and shook an entire nation. World Cup group stage, and Portugal's first match is against one of the favorites. Ronaldo literally flew out of the gate and scored within 4 minutes. But Spain got back in it with a Diego Costa equalizer, only for Ronaldo to score again just before halftime. But Costa equalized again in the second half before Nacho gave Spain the lead. That was it. There was no way Portugal were getting anything from this match.
Ronaldo.
Oh! Of course he did it. And I'll be honest with you, the dip and the curve on that free kick is enough to make grown men cry. De Gea could only watch the ball fly into the top corner. Ronaldo is a beast, man. He just doesn't stop. And one time, he not only won his side the game, He permanently wrote his name in the history books. In World Cup qualifiers, Portugal came up against a stubborn Ireland side that would rather die on the pitch than let Portugal score. They took the lead and almost won the game. Almost. Won. And... dude, when Ronaldo is playing against you, it ain't over till he says it's over. And with both headers, he wrote his name in history books as the greatest international goal scorer of all time. That was his record, 110th, and also his 111th. Yeah, these headers were good, but one time, someone had to check Ronaldo's boots for springs.
Now Di Maria.
I give up. There's no way a human being could jump that high. I'll put it in perspective for you. Ronaldo jumped up to 2.93 meters, which is higher than the freaking crossbar. I could barely leap out of bed, and the man jumped over the goal. And I'm not gonna lie, scoring like that against your former team must be special. But even with all that height, it's still not the best Cristiano Ronaldo header, because one time, he defied gravity. It's Juventus versus Sampdoria in Serie A. The game is tied at 1-1, and Juventus really needs to win the game to extend their lead at the top of the table. And on the stroke of halftime, Ronaldo leaped to get his head to a cross and almost never came down. He stayed in the air for 1.5 seconds. He was floating in the air for so long, he hit the like button and subscribed to the channel before he was finished with the jump. Come on, man, be like Ronaldo, click it. But for real, just everything about that header was superhuman. Even Claudio Ranieri said it was something you see in the NBA. And he was right, because the average vertical leap of NBA players was measured at 71 centimeters, and Ronaldo jumped 71. Just imagine if this guy decides to go to the NBA and have a face-off with LeBron. But you see, the time when Ronaldo shocked the world to its core really came in a Portugal shirt. And this time, he wasn't even playing. The Euro 2016 final. France were on a near-perfect run and favorites to lift the trophy. But Ronaldo wasn't having it. He started the game, but after an ugly challenge from Dimitri Payet, he left the pitch in tears. But credit to him, man. He got up multiple times to continue before realizing he just couldn't go on. Heartbreaking. But a man like Ronaldo, he just doesn't give up. So as he was watching his buddies giving their lives for their country, battling all out, the limping Ronaldo walked up and down the touchline giving instructions. He was so pumped up, he even pushed his coach around the dugout like a rag doll. He just couldn't stop. I mean, this could be the greatest moment of his life. He didn't rest for 1 second. And finally, he let out the biggest roar of his life when Eder scored the only goal of the final. Portugal were finally champions, and Ronaldo had just made history. A moment for eternity, and a reminder to you that you can always expect shocking moments from CR7. Like the time he nearly took the net off with an insanely long shot goal. Want to hear more about that? Click this video right here. These are 20 insane long shot goals in football history.